Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dr. English Channel. I'm David.
And I'm Anna. We're so happy you're joining us today for a really powerful topic, overcoming fear. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel. It helps us a lot.
Yes, fear is something every single person experiences. It can stop us from doing things we really want to do.
Exactly. Fear can hide in so many forms. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of speaking English, fear of change, even fear of success.
Right. And the thing is, everyone feels fear, even confident people. The difference is how they handle it.
Yes, and that's what we'll talk about today. How to face your fears, how to understand them, and how to grow stronger because of them.
So, get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's start this journey together.
So, David, let's start from the basics. What do you think fear actually is?
Good question. For me, fear is a natural emotion that's meant to protect us. It's like an alarm system in our brain.
Exactly. It's not something evil, it's part of being human.
Yes. For example, when our ancestors saw a wild animal, fear helped them survive. It told them, run, hide.
Right. But in modern life, our fears are often not about survival, they're emotional, like fear of failing an exam or fear of being judged.
Yes, the danger isn't real, but our brain reacts as if it is. Our heart beats faster, our stomach feels tight, and we want to run away.
Totally. And that's the tricky part because fear feels so real, even when it's just a thought.
Exactly. So the first step to overcoming fear is understanding that it's just a message, not the truth.
Let's talk about the most common types of fear people face.
Sure, I think number one has to be the fear of failure.
Oh, yes. So many people never start something because they're afraid to fail.
Right. They think, what if I'm not good enough? Or what will people think if I fail?
Exactly. But failure is actually a teacher. Every successful person has failed many times.
Yes, it's part of learning. I like to think of failure as feedback, not final.
That's beautiful. Feedback, not final. I love that.
Then there's the fear of rejection. That's another big one.
Oh, yes, that fear can stop people from asking for help, applying for jobs, or even making friends.
Right. We all want to be accepted, so rejection hurts, but again, it's not the end of the world. It's part of life.
Exactly. And then there's fear of the unknown, fear of new things, new environments, change.
Yes, that's huge. People stay in their comfort zones because it feels safe.
But comfort zones are also growth blockers. Nothing amazing happens there.
Absolutely. Fear of the unknown keeps you where you are, but curiosity moves you forward.
Let's get personal for a moment. David, what's a fear you've had to overcome in your own life?
Hmm, good question. Honestly, public speaking used to terrify me.
Really? You sound so confident now.
Thank you. But believe me, years ago, I would shake, sweat, and forget my words in front of people.
Oh, I can relate.
Yes. The funny thing is, I thought confidence came before action, but it's actually the opposite.
You acted before you felt confident.
Exactly. Every time I spoke, even badly, I got a little braver.
That's amazing. I think a lot of people wait for fear to disappear before they do something, but it doesn't work like that.
Right. You have to do the thing while you're scared. That's how courage grows.
Yes, I had a similar experience with moving to another country. I was so afraid. New culture, new language, new everything.
That's huge. But you did it anyway.
I did, and it changed my life. Every fear I faced became a source of strength later.
Now, since many of our listeners are English learners, let's talk about how fear affects learning a language.
Oh, yes, the fear of speaking. That's one of the biggest ones.
Absolutely. So many learners understand English well, but when it's time to speak, they freeze.
Yes, their mind goes blank, their heart races, just like stage fright.
Exactly. But again, that's fear of judgment. People think others will laugh or correct them.
Right. But here's the truth, no one cares as much as you think they do.
Exactly. Everyone's too busy worrying about themselves.
So the key is make mistakes, laugh about them, and keep going.
Yes, you can't speak English confidently if you never give yourself permission to speak badly first.
Well said. Every confident speaker was once a nervous beginner. Let's talk about the roots of fear. Where does it come from?
Most fear comes from imagination, not from real danger.
Yes, our brain creates stories. What might go wrong, what people might think.
Exactly. Fear is a story we tell ourselves about the future.
That's deep. It's not reality, it's prediction.
Yes, but we can change the story. We can ask, what if it goes right? Instead of, what if it goes wrong?
That's powerful. Shift your questions, shift your emotions.
Exactly. And when we realize fear is often just a thought, we can step back and choose how to respond.
One thing I've learned is that action kills fear.
Yes, the more you wait, the bigger fear becomes.
Exactly. Like when you overthink something, fear grows in your mind.
Right. But when you take one small step, suddenly the fear starts shrinking.
Yes. Like if you fear talking to people, just start by saying hello. That's one small action.
Exactly. And from there, build momentum. Fear feeds on inaction. When you move, fear loses power. That's why I love the quote, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Perfect quote. Because courage doesn't mean no fear, it means taking action despite fear.
Let's give our listeners some tools to handle fear in daily life.
Sure. My favorite one is deep breathing. It sounds simple, but it really works.
Yes, when you breathe deeply, you tell your brain, I'm safe.
Exactly. Another tool I use is journaling. I write down what I'm afraid of and why.
That's great. Writing helps you see fear clearly. It's not a monster anymore, it's just words on paper.
Right. And once it's out of your head, it loses power.
Another one for me is visualization. Imagine the best possible outcome.
I love that. We usually imagine failure, but we can also imagine success.
Exactly. And that positive image gives you motivation to act.
Let's talk about mindset, because overcoming fear really begins in the mind.
Yes, if you believe fear controls you, it will.
But if you believe you control how you respond, that changes everything.
Exactly. Mindset is the difference between I can't and I'll try.
Right. And sometimes courage is just that small thought. I'll try.
Yes, even one brave thought can open a door.
I also believe self-talk matters. Instead of saying, I'm scared, try saying, I'm excited.
Oh, yes. Fear and excitement feel very similar physically. Same heart rate, same adrenaline.
Exactly. The only difference is the story you attach to it.
That's such a good trick. Turn fear into excitement.
Let's share some stories of people who faced fear and changed their lives.
Sure. I know someone who used to be terrified of swimming. She was afraid of deep water for years.
Oh, wow. What did she do?
She decided to take lessons little by little. She started in the shallow end, just standing in the water. Then she learned to float, then to swim. Now she teaches kids.
That's incredible. She turned fear into passion.
Yes, and that's what fear can become, fuel.
I have a similar story. A friend who feared starting a business. He thought he'd fail. But after years of hesitation, he finally did it. Now he's running his own cafe.
That's inspiring. Most of the time, the fear before starting is worse than the thing itself.
Exactly. Action proves that fear was an illusion.
You know, I've realized something. Fear isn't the enemy. It's a teacher.
Yes, it shows us where we need to grow.
Exactly. If something scares you, it usually means it matters.
Yes, fear points towards your next level.
That's so true. Like, if speaking English scares you, that's exactly where you should focus, because growth is waiting there.
Exactly. So instead of running away from fear, walk towards it with curiosity.
Yes, ask, what can this fear teach me?
Because on the other side of fear, there's freedom.
Courage isn't something you get once. It's something you build, right?
Absolutely. It's a daily practice.
Yes. Small, brave actions every day make you fearless over time.
Exactly. You build a library of experiences that prove you can handle fear.
And the more you face it, the less control it has.
Yes. It's like turning on the light. Fear disappears when you face it directly.
That's beautiful.
One big reason people fear things is the need for control.
Yes, we want to know what will happen.
Exactly. But life is full of uncertainty.
Right. The truth is, you can't control everything, but you can control your attitude.
Yes. Once you accept uncertainty, you find peace.
And that acceptance itself reduces fear.
Exactly. Fear grows in resistance, but it shrinks in acceptance.
Positivity really helps with fear too.
Yes. When you focus on hope, you can't focus on fear at the same time.
Exactly. Positive thoughts act like light. They push the darkness away.
Right. Even saying to yourself, I can handle this, creates calm.
Yes, and surrounding yourself with positive people helps too.
Absolutely. Courage is contagious.
It's strange to think this way, but fear can be a gift.
Yes, because it wakes us up.
Exactly. It reminds us that we're alive, that we care about something.
Yes. Fear shows that something matters to you. And once you realize that, fear becomes a guide, not a block.
Beautifully said.
So to everyone listening, remember, fear is not your enemy. It's your opportunity to grow.
Yes, every time you face fear, you become stronger, braver, and freer.
Exactly. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Take action now. Even small steps count.
Right. Because courage isn't about being fearless, it's about acting while afraid.
Yes, you can do it afraid.
So, whatever your fear is, speaking English, changing jobs, starting something new, take that first step.
You'll be amazed at how strong you already are.
Fear will come and go, but your courage can stay forever.
That's right. Thank you for spending time with us today.
We hope this episode helps you face your fears with more confidence and peace.
Remember, life begins where fear ends.
Beautiful ending, Anna.
Thank you, David. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Overcome Your Fear. Stay strong, stay positive, and keep moving forward.
Until next time, be brave and keep growing.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dr. English Channel. I'm David.
And I'm Anna. We're so happy you're joining us again. Today, we've got a really light, everyday topic, something everyone around the world can relate to, the weather. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel. It helps us a lot.
Yes, talk about the weather. It's one of those topics people talk about every single day, at work, at home, even with strangers.
Exactly. It might seem simple, but weather is actually one of the best ways to start a friendly conversation.
Totally agree. And I think it says a lot about our lives, how we feel, what we plan, even our mood sometimes.
Oh, yes. Sometimes I think the weather controls my energy. If it's sunny, I feel super productive. But if it's rainy, I just want to stay in bed and drink tea.
I know that feeling. Rainy days just make everything feel slower, don't they?
Yeah, like the world is telling you to take it easy.
So, Anna, let's start with today. How's the weather where you are?
Well, today it's actually quite sunny. The sky's clear and blue, not a single cloud. But it's not too hot. Just warm enough to go outside comfortably.
That sounds perfect. I love those kinds of days, bright but not burning.
Yeah, and the light breeze makes it even better. What about you, David?
It's a bit cloudy here, actually. The sun's hiding behind some gray clouds, and it looks like it might rain later.
Oh, really? Do you like rainy days?
I'd say it depends. If I don't have to go anywhere, I love them. I like hearing the sound of rain on the window while I read or work.
Same here. There's something calming about rain, but when you have to go out, it's a different story.
Exactly. Wet shoes, umbrellas, traffic, that's when it's less romantic.
Yeah, definitely not so cozy then.
You mentioned something interesting earlier, how the weather affects your mood. Let's talk about that.
Oh, yes. For me, sunshine makes me happy instantly. Even if I'm tired or stressed, if I see a sunny sky, I feel lighter.
I totally get that. There's research that shows sunlight helps our brains produce more serotonin, the happy chemical.
That explains a lot. Because during winter, when it's dark and cold, I always feel a little slower, maybe even less motivated.
Me too. Winter can be beautiful, but it's also heavy. You wake up and it's still dark, and by the time you finish work, it's dark again.
Yeah, like you miss the whole day. That's why I love spring so much. Everything comes back to life.
Oh, yes, flowers blooming, trees turning green again, birds singing. It's such a fresh feeling.
And people seem happier in spring. It's like everyone's mood brightens along with the weather.
Let's go through the seasons. I think that's fun. What's your favorite one, Anna?
Tough choice. I'd say autumn. I love the colors, the red and orange leaves, the cozy sweaters, the smell of coffee or cinnamon in the air.
Oh, yes. Autumn has that peaceful vibe. Not too hot, not too cold.
Exactly. It feels balanced. What about you?
I'm definitely a summer person. I love the long days, the energy, the outdoor activities, swimming, hiking, barbecues.
I knew you'd say that. You always talk about the beach.
Guilty as charged. I grew up near the coast, so summer always reminds me of home.
That makes sense. But don't you find it too hot sometimes?
Oh, definitely. Especially when it's humid, you walk outside and instantly start sweating.
Ugh. Yes, I hate that sticky feeling. That's when I hide inside with the air conditioner.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
But winter, though, that's a different kind of beauty.
True. Snowfall is magical. Everything turns white and quiet.
It's like nature is taking a nap.
That's a nice way to put it.
You know, weather is also the most universal small talk topic.
Oh, yes. When you meet someone new and you're not sure what to say, you can always talk about the weather.
Exactly. It's safe, neutral, and everyone has an opinion about it.
Like, nice weather today, or can you believe how cold it's been lately?
Or, it's been raining for days. I'm starting to feel like a fish.
That's a good one. And then the other person usually smiles or laughs, and boom, conversation started.
Yeah, it's amazing how something so simple can connect people.
It also shows politeness. In many cultures, talking about the weather is a friendly way to warm up a conversation before getting into serious topics.
Right. Like in Britain, people love to talk about the weather. It's practically part of the culture.
Absolutely. I lived there for a bit. Every conversation starts with, lovely day, isn't it? Even if it's raining.
True. And if it's not raining, they'll say, well, at least it's not raining today.
Perfect example.
Have you ever experienced any extreme weather like storms or snowstorms?
Oh, yes. Once when I was traveling in Thailand, I got caught in a tropical storm. The wind was so strong that trees were bending, and the rain came sideways.
Whoa, that sounds scary.
It was intense. But the amazing thing is, after the storm, the air felt so clean and fresh.
Yeah, nature has that balance chaos, then calm.
Exactly. What about you? Any memorable weather moments?
Oh, definitely. A few years ago, I was in Canada during winter and there was this massive snowstorm. Everything was white. Cars were buried, roads were closed.
Whoa. How did you handle it?
Honestly, I stayed inside with hot chocolate and blankets. It was beautiful, but freezing.
Sounds cozy. I think snowstorms look romantic from the inside, not when you have to shovel the driveway.
Oh, yes. I didn't have to do that, thankfully.
Weather also affects how we travel. Like, have you ever had to cancel a trip because of bad weather?
Yes, actually. I remember a time when my flight was delayed for 12 hours because of fog.
Oh, that's the worst. Sitting in an airport, waiting, watching the same news over and over.
Yeah, you start knowing every airport announcement by heart.
Yeah, you start finishing the sentences.
But weather can also make a trip amazing. Like going to the mountains on a clear day, it's breathtaking.
Absolutely. Or seeing the sunset at the beach. weather can change how we remember a place.
Yes, like a rainy Paris feels different from a sunny Paris, right?
Completely. Rain makes it romantic, sunshine makes it cheerful. So, Anna, what's your plan if it rains this weekend?
Good question. If it rains, I probably stay in, read a book, maybe cook something new.
That sounds relaxing. What about you?
Well, if the weather's nice, I'd like to go hiking. But if it rains, Netflix and snacks.
Classic weekend plan.
Totally. But I also like those cozy rainy weekends. They make you slow down.
Yeah, they force you to rest. Sometimes bad weather is good for the soul.
You know, weather's been getting weirder lately, like more extreme patterns.
Yeah, climate change is really noticeable now. Hotter summers, unpredictable winters, and more storms.
Exactly. I remember when summer used to be warm but pleasant. Now it feels like an oven some days.
True. I read that many cities are breaking temperature records every year.
It's worrying. And winters seem shorter too.
Yeah, or just unpredictable. One week warm, next week freezing.
It's crazy. I think that's why people are talking about sustainability more.
Definitely. Every little thing we do, saving energy, using less plastic, it all helps.
You know what's funny is how people from different countries describe weather differently.
Oh, yes. Like in England, 15 degrees Celsius is quite warm. But in Spain, that's a bit cold.
Exactly. Or in Canada, people go out in t-shirts when it's 10 degrees Celsius.
While meanwhile, someone from a tropical country would be wearing 3 jackets.
True, it's all relative.
It also changes what people do. Like in Norway, long winters means people really celebrate summer.
Yeah, they go outdoors as much as possible. Barbecues, hikes, festivals.
While in hot countries, people hide from the sun at noon.
That's true.
So, Anna, if you could choose the perfect weather for your ideal day, what would it be?
Sunny, around 24 degrees Celsius, gentle breeze, clear sky, perfect for walking or reading outside.
Sounds perfect. For me, it's a warm summer evening. Golden light, maybe a few clouds, and the sound of crickets.
Oh, that's so peaceful.
Yeah, that's the kind of weather that makes you feel alive.
You know, this episode reminds me how much weather shapes our daily life, our mood, our plans, even how we talk to each other.
Totally. It's such a simple thing, yet it connects everyone.
Exactly. Whether it's small talk with a stranger or a deep reflection, weather is always part of our story.
Well said. And I think that's why talking about the weather never gets old, because it's always changing.
True. Every day brings a new sky, a new mood.
I love that.
Me too.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, Talk About the Weather.
We hope this chat inspires you to start your own small conversations, maybe with your coworkers, neighbors, or friends.
Or just to pause and notice the sky above you today.
Yes, take a moment to appreciate it, rain or shine.
Exactly. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dr. English Channel. I'm David.
And I'm Anna. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We've got a really inspiring topic, something that affects every part of our lives.
That's right. Today we're talking about healthy habits. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel. It helps us a lot.
I love this topic
Because healthy habits are not just about diet or exercise, they're about mindset, consistency, and daily routines that shape who we are.
Absolutely. And what's great is that this episode will also help you learn how to talk about health and habits in English naturally.
So, David, when you hear the phrase healthy habits, what comes to mind first?
Honestly, I think about small daily actions that help you feel better physically and mentally. Things like drinking water, sleeping enough, and staying active.
Yeah, I like that. Small daily actions. Many people think they need to make huge changes, but actually, small, consistent actions make a big difference.
Totally. Like, for example, I used to try crazy diets or intense workouts, but I could never keep them up.
Same here. I remember I tried waking up at 4:30 every morning because I read it in some self-improvement book. It lasted maybe 3 days.
At least you tried. But you're right. Real healthy habits are the ones you can actually sustain.
Exactly. So, what are some healthy habits you've built that actually lasted?
Well, for me, the biggest one is drinking a glass of water right after I wake up. It sounds simple, but it wakes me up and helps me start my day fresh.
That's a great one. I've been doing that too. Plus, I try to stretch a little bit in the morning.
Morning stretches. That's one of those things that instantly changes your mood, right?
Yes, even just 5 minutes makes a difference. I think people underestimate how powerful small things can be.
Let's talk about routines, because habits don't just happen, they're part of routines.
True. I think the hardest part about routines is staying consistent, especially when life gets busy.
Definitely. Like you start a new routine, you're motivated for a week, and then something happens work, stress, or just laziness.
Yeah, just laziness. We've all been there.
What helps you stick to your routine?
Honestly, I keep it simple. I don't try to change everything at once. I focus on one or two habits at a time.
That's a good strategy. I read somewhere that it takes around 21 days to form a habit, but for many people, it can take much longer, even months.
Exactly. It's about repetition. And I find that if I enjoy the process, like if I make my workouts fun, I'm more likely to keep going.
Right. For me, it's walking. I used to think I needed to run every day to be healthy, but walking every evening works better for me, physically and mentally.
Walking is underrated. It's such a good habit. Simple, free, and calming. Do you listen to music or podcasts when you walk?
Usually podcasts, sometimes even English learning podcasts like ours.
That's great. See, you can learn and move at the same time. That's a double habit. I think one of the hardest things about building healthy habits is motivation.
True, motivation comes and goes. You can't rely on it forever.
Exactly. I like to focus on discipline instead. Discipline keeps you going when motivation disappears.
That's so true. But how do you stay disciplined?
I use what I call the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes to start, I just do it, like putting on workout clothes or preparing my lunch. Once I start, I usually keep going.
That's a smart trick. I do something similar. I tell myself, just do it for 5 minutes, whether it's cleaning, reading, or exercising. Once I start, I usually end up doing more.
That's such a powerful mindset shift because most of the time, starting is the hardest part.
Exactly. And I think one more key to motivation is reminding yourself why you're doing it.
Yes. When you connect your habit to a purpose, like having more energy, being happier, or living longer, it feels more meaningful.
Okay, let's talk about the other side, breaking unhealthy habits.
Oh, this is a tough one. Everyone has at least one habit they want to quit.
For sure. For me, it used to be checking my phone the moment I woke up.
Ah, yes, the classic one. I was guilty of that too.
I realized it made me start my day stressed and distracted. So now I don't touch my phone for the first 30 minutes after I wake up.
That's great. I did something similar. I started leaving my phone outside the bedroom at night. It helped me sleep better too.
That's a great idea. Sleep is such an underrated part of healthy living.
Totally. Many people try to eat well and exercise, but ignore sleep. But it's all connected.
Absolutely. And when you get enough sleep, you make better choices. You eat better, think better, and you're more productive.
Exactly. One bad habit I've been working on is eating too late at night.
Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one, especially when you're tired and just want a snack.
Yes, but I try to replace it with tea or fruit instead. Not perfect, but progress.
That's the key word. Progress, not perfection.
I think when people hear healthy habits, they mostly think about food and exercise. But mental health is just as important.
Definitely. In fact, sometimes mental health habits are harder to maintain because they're invisible.
Right. You can't always see stress or burnout, but they affect everything.
So, what's one mental health habit you practice?
Journaling. I write down 3 things I'm grateful for every night. It keeps me positive.
That's awesome. Gratitude really changes your perspective.
What about you?
I meditate for about 10 minutes in the morning. It clears my head and sets the tone for the day.
I've tried meditation, but I find it hard to sit still sometimes.
Yeah, same here at first, but over time it becomes easier. It's like training your brain.
I like that. Training your brain. It's like going to the gym, but for your mind.
Exactly. And even small moments like deep breathing or stepping outside for fresh air help a lot.
So, after all this, if we had to summarize, healthy habits aren't about being perfect.
Right. They're about consistency, self-awareness, and balance.
Balance is such a good word. You can eat healthy, but still enjoy a slice of cake sometimes.
Yes, life's too short to be strict all the time. The goal is to make healthy choices most of the time.
Exactly. And remember, it's not about comparing yourself to others. Everyone's journey is different.
Totally agree. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
Well said. I think if our listeners take one thing away from today, it's this: focus on progress, not perfection.
Absolutely. Small steps add up to big results over time.
And if you fall off track, that's okay. Just start again tomorrow.
That's the beauty of habits. Every day is a chance to begin again.
I love that. And that's the perfect way to wrap up today's episode.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Keep practicing English, keep building healthy habits, and keep moving forward.
We'll see you in the next one.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Dr. English Channel. I'm David, and as always, I'm joined by the amazing, ever-curious, always learning Anna. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel. It helps us a lot.
That introduction makes me sound like a superhero of studying, but I'll take it. Hi, everyone. Today's topic is one that we both deeply love. Educate yourself every day. It's not about school, not about degrees, not about grades. It's about continuous, personal learning, the kind that shapes your life.
Absolutely. And we want to spend the next 2 hours talking about how you can make learning a natural, effortless part of your daily life without overwhelming yourself or feeling like it's homework.
Yes, education isn't a chore. It's a mindset and a lifestyle and a decision you make every single day.
I think the biggest misunderstanding people have is thinking that education means reading textbooks or sitting in a classroom.
Oh, totally. They imagine boring lectures, fluorescent lighting, and exams, when actually education can be cooking, traveling, listening to podcasts, trying something new, asking questions, watching documentaries, and even having deep conversations.
Exactly. Like this one. So let's jump in. Anna, when did lifelong learning become important to you?
Good question. I think it really started in my early 20s. I remember graduating and feeling like, oh no, am I done learning? Is this it? And that terrified me. So I started reading books, watching educational videos, taking notes, trying new hobbies, and that curiosity changed my entire life.
I love that. For me, it started earlier. I had a teacher in high school who always said, the moment you stop learning is the moment you start shrinking. That stuck with me. I didn't want to shrink.
That's a great line. I think we all know people who kind of stop after a certain point. They don't grow mentally anymore. Their life becomes repetitive, predictable, flat. So learning keeps your spirit alive.
Absolutely. And I think people underestimate how small daily learning can be. You don't need to study 5 hours per day, you just need consistency.
Yes, even 10 minutes can change your life if you do it daily.
So let's break the big idea of educate yourself every day into a few sections, and we'll go deep into each one. How does that sound?
Perfect. Let's go with something like why daily education matters, how to learn in tiny practical moments, how to turn curiosity into a habit, how to learn without burnout, how education changes your identity, and how to stay motivated long term.
That's a great roadmap. Let's dive into the first one. I want to start with a simple truth. Your mind is your most valuable asset. People invest in cars, clothes, phones, but the smartest investment is always your mind.
Yes, and it grows with use. The more you feed it, the richer your life becomes. Your career improves, your conversations become deeper, your relationships get better, your mental health strengthens. You become more aware and more capable.
And you become more interesting too. Not in a superficial way, but genuinely. People who learn consistently have things to talk about, new ideas, new perspectives.
I love talking to people like that. They bring fresh energy everywhere they go.
Exactly. Another reason daily education matters is because the world changes fast. If you rely on what you learned 5 years ago, you're already outdated.
Oh, yes, especially in fields like technology or communication. The world upgrades constantly. You need to upgrade too.
Lifelong learning is like updating your operating system. If you don't update, eventually nothing runs properly.
That metaphor hits hard. Okay, let's talk about micro-learning. People imagine learning as this huge block of time you must dedicate every day. But you can learn while living your life.
Exactly. People say they don't have time, but here are moments almost everyone has daily: waiting for transportation, cooking, showering, walking, cleaning, exercising, eating alone, sitting in traffic.
All perfect opportunities for listening to podcasts, audiobooks, language lessons, or educational videos.
Yep, I learned half of my favorite topics while washing dishes.
Same. My kitchen is basically my classroom.
And you can also learn visually. For example, reading one article, one page of a book, one quote.
I read one page every morning. Just one. That habit alone changed my thinking.
I love that. Learning doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be consistent.
Curiosity is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens.
Exactly. Kids ask a million questions a day. Adults ask almost none.
Because we're afraid of looking ignorant.
But asking questions is literally how humans grow. The smartest people ask the most questions.
Agreed. So, how do you build curiosity?
3 things: notice things, question them, explore a little.
For example, if you see something interesting, like a plant, a phrase, a tool, just ask yourself, how does this work? Or why is it like that?
And instead of letting the question float away, take one small action. Search it, read it, ask someone.
Curiosity is like lighting little fires in your mind. Not big fires, just sparks.
I love that image.
This is a big one. So many people try to learn too much too fast. They get excited, sign up for multiple courses, buy books, and then they stop.
Because they overwhelm themselves. Learning should be joyful, not painful.
Yes, the key idea is to learn sustainably. Treat learning like brushing your teeth. Simple, daily, automatic.
I like that analogy. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth. You just do it.
Same with learning. Pick small habits. Read one page. Watch 5 minutes of a new topic. Learn one new idea. Practice one skill for 10 minutes.
When learning is too heavy, your brain rejects it. Make it light, your brain welcomes it.
And celebrate small progress. We underestimate how powerful tiny improvements are.
Right. One small improvement daily becomes huge in a year.
I love this part. Learning isn't just about skills, it changes who you believe you are.
Definitely. When you learn consistently, you start seeing yourself as capable, curious, smart, and growing.
And when your identity shifts,
your actions follow automatically.
Yes, if you believe I am someone who learns every day, then learning becomes natural.
I think the identity piece is what most people miss. They try to build habits without changing how they see themselves.
Exactly. Learning every day builds confidence. It gives you more tools, more knowledge, more awareness.
And it removes fear. Fear usually comes from not knowing something.
Yes, education is the strongest antidote to fear.
Motivation is tricky. It comes and goes. So, how do you stay committed to learning forever?
You don't depend on motivation. You depend on structure and environment.
For example, putting a book next to your bed, or setting your homepage to an educational website, or subscribing to channels that teach something new every day.
Or using apps that track your progress. Humans love streaks.
Yes, and you should choose topics that genuinely interest you, not what society says is important.
Learning must be personal. If you love cooking, learn cooking. If you love psychology, learn psychology. If you love languages, learn languages.
Passion fuels consistency.
And consistency builds mastery.